Alright, so today we're going to look at how we can build ourselves a kayak floor rack so that we can store a kayak with hopefully these pieces of wood and a kayak holder arm afterwards, which we're going to tweak. But in the meantime, this is how we're going to start. I'm going to sand these guys down. Okay, so now I ended up doing a lot more of the sanding by hand. Now, you don't have to make this perfect at all. This is just more of to remove some of the heavier splinters on the wood, so be careful when sanding it down so you don't get them yourself. Okay, so here is a quick view of them having been painted. As you can see, it's still drying, but the idea here is that we will need to probably hit it with another coat once everything is said and done. And we decided to use Krylon truck bed coating. So the idea here is that it will harden and give a better protection against moisture, water, if there was ever to be stored outside. So here is what the base is going to look like. As you can see, we have a T with some brackets. Put in some screws. I'm going to recycle these wheels that I had. I held on to these wheels because, as you can see, they're pretty worn out. But I figured potentially for this project, it might come in handy to lift this and help me move it so it's not in a specific location. If I want to kind of move it from one corner to another, I can just reel it. I don't have to take everything apart, move the kayak off of it. Alright, so here's what they're starting to look like, and still fresh. The next step is to start basically putting them together and go from there. Alright, so here they are. I ended up getting some Rad Sports kayak holders. Brought that beam down just for extra support for balance because they are pretty high off the ground. They're like 4 inches off the ground. So the idea here is basically so that you know, it allows it to be moved around yet provide some stability. This is kind of what it looks like right now. As you can see, I added a couple brackets there and on the other one. I'll paint those screws later, but for now, the idea here was more for stability because, you know, you're talking about 3.5 to 4 feet standing upright with, you know, these type of mounts, and then putting the weight here. I didn't want it to kind of snap off, and, you know, we'll have to try it out. So, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, so I just wanted to give you a quick view of what it looks like with the kayak on it.